You're listening to the Evil Metal Gamers podcast.
Welcome, guys, to another episode of Evil Metal Gamers podcast. Today is August 18th, 2018. And this is episode number 45.
You hear the delay in his voice because he's so scared because he knows he's probably wrong. And I think you are wrong.
No, I'm not. My name is Jose Roldan.
And Frank Barna.
And this is the Evil Metal Gamers podcast where you hear all your daily news, all your geek news.
All week, every week. Jose is shook for some reason. 45 episodes in, and he doesn't know how to...
I got a huge hangover.
Do you really?
Yeah.
It's all good.
So, it's been an interesting week.
Go ahead.
A couple of topics and stuff like that, but what do you want to start as? You want to start off talking about news? You want to talk about IGN? I really want to talk about IGN.
You can talk about IGN. I mean, I'm trying to think of the word to
I think it's better if it comes from you. You're the English teacher. You should be offended more than anybody.
Well, I am offended, and I'm glad that this guy is getting his just due. I'm literally on the verge of writing his college to review his degree and everything along those lines. They keep that shit on file, and so to review it to make sure that he didn't plagiarize what he did, because it is.
You there?
Yeah, he's running rampant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's difficult to catch a plagiarism when he's stealing things that people said versus what people wrote. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but is it really difficult to catch?
If you don't hear it, like, dude, we have 189 followers, man. There are so many people in the world. People can just take our shit, and a lot of people wouldn't know until, like, the dude who did the Dead Cells, like, that fucking cocksucker stole my shit. That was the only way he got caught.
But there was a lot more. Anyway, but let me just start explaining to the audience, just in case nobody, for some reason, they don't know about this news. The IGN editor, Philip, what was his name? Philip
Minuchin, something like that.
Musin.
I don't know. Mutant.
I don't even remember this guy in IGN, really.
Well, he does Nintendo. That's the reason why I never heard of him.
Well, he's been there like 15 years or something like that?
Because he works for their Nintendo branch. And honestly, outside of the Switch, you've never really been part of Nintendo.
Okay, so you know, like you just told, so the audience was, he pretty much got caught doing the Dead Cell review, and he stole it. He didn't steal it. They call it the high school style. When it's, you take a little bit of this and you change one word.
That's stealing.
And no, it is stealing. I'm telling you, he stole it like a high school student.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I thought you were trying to justify it. I'm like,
no. Like, he did it like a high school student, where they'll just copy and paste and then change 3 words. You know, and the teacher will never know, because obviously the teacher probably won't know. But I know there's applications or something like Grammarly, I think it is, that can check for plagiarism.
Yeah, but like I said, it's difficult to do that when somebody does a video review.
Exactly. You're right. But did you hear what happened afterwards? He pretty much did a video apologizing, but he didn't really apologize at all. He just apologized to IGN.
Yeah, and he said, good luck, go ahead and look. And then he had to take that video down because he got caught with more shit.
Because he was monetizing that video. So he's making money out of his apology video?
Yeah.
How fucked up is that?
And, dude, he's a piece of shit and he'll never work in the industry again.
No, but it gets worse. He stole they found way more plagiarism stuff that he stole, like FIFA, and he did a one plagiarism they caught him doing, which was his thoughts of what the Switch controller is made of, or what he thinks how it works.
Okay.
And they found that from another website. Bro, this was pure plagiarism. He stole it word by word.
He'll never work in the
He didn't even change it.
He'll never work in the industry.
Work.
I mean, he'd have to create his own thing, but then
industry,
everybody knows not to trust him.
It's not just video game industry. He can never be a writer, anywhere. Never. He'll never be a writer at anything, because that's like sexual harassment. It stays with you forever. You agree?
Yeah, man.
I mean, you can't shake that. There's just nothing you could do. Oh, I have to. He was saying he needs to gain the people's trust again. You'll never get the people's trust again. Not with that much plagiarism. And you know what happened, Frank? They checked his linked. Am I saying that right? LinkedIn. His resume was plagiarized from another resume.
No shit.
You kidding me? Oh. Yo, this is what happens when they find dirt on you. They'll find, if you had any other dirt, they'll find it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I mean, this is like the Me Too thing, One person came out with a Me Too, and all of a sudden, all kinds of celebrities came out of nowhere saying that they had, been sexually harassed in Hollywood. So, I mean, I really don't give a shit. He is a piece of shit.
No, I give a shit. I give a shit, and I give a shit because we're trying to establish something here, and he stole from people like us to continue to profit on a major institution. And I applaud IGN because they're looking out for us. They took
out a lot of articles.
They took down everything. Nothing of his exists anymore on IGN. He's literally a ghost.
He even stole from other authors, other writers from IGN. Your own fucking coworkers. Are you kidding me? That's just wrong, bro. That's wrong. Everything is wrong. I mean, they're treating him like, if a lawyer gets caught with dirt, all his cases, every single case that he ever did will have to be checked again.
Yeah.
So this is pretty much it. I like that meme you made with him working at Starbucks.
Yep.
Shit. He might plagiarize his Starbucks resume.
Yeah. No, it sucks, man. It sucks because it's such a hard industry to get into.
Absolutely. And I understand there are coincidences because, come on, we all think the same. We're all gamers. If we play a specific game and we're going to talk about graphics, we're probably going to think exactly the same.
But the way in which say...
Exactly. That's what I mean. I mean, yes. I mean, when you're explaining a specific game and a specific, let's say, gameplay,
right?
We're all going to say the same gameplay. We're all going to say exactly the same thing, but we're not going to use the same words. We're not going to do it in the exact same order.
Well,
we're just going to say our way.
No, I mean, Dead Cells, for example, everybody's calling it the Metroidvania,
exactly.
the Castlevania Metroid hybrid, or whatever context you want to use. Everybody's saying it, but you're not having the same people saying the exact same thing.
Exactly, and this it's sad, really, because I don't know how editors work and stuff like that. So I mean, this goes by the eyes of some main editor, doesn't it? Or was he the main editor?
He was an editor. Hold on, wait. I have it say.
The point is,
he is an ex-editor.
Check his work.
Yeah, IGN pulls ex-editors post. He was an editor, so I don't think anybody was checking his shit either. They entrusted
him. So, because he's like the head of the snake.
No,
and nobody's gonna be checking it or double checking. God damn, man, this gives me a bad taste about IGN. I'm sorry. Everybody's saying that he did massive damage to IGN. I know they did the right thing in firing him and getting rid of everything, but it makes you. It maybe not you, but for me, it makes me doubt what else is in there that they're not checking.
Yeah.
Because if it was one plagiarism, I understand. But when you see that there's that many and you never caught it, I'm 18 years. He looks pretty young though. I don't know.
He looks like he should get.
I thought he was there for a year.
God, I hate him.
Yo. When I heard this kid had gotten caught by plagiarism, I thought he was there for like 6 months. Like that sounds like something a rookie would do.
Yeah.
Not a senior, worker. I don't know. So what do you got?
Well, there's not a lot's been happening. The little snippets of news has been coming out. There was the one where they're talking about the PlayStation VR because they're finally crunching numbers on the PlayStation VR, and they've said about 3 million people own PlayStation VR, and GameSpot, they kind of did the math, and that breaks down to about 4% of all PS4 users have have a VR headset, which is.
Can I stop you for a second?
Go ahead.
You see what you just did there?
No,
you just said you just said GameStop was. What was
GameSpot?
You're specifically saying where you got the source.
Yeah, no, I always. But I'm
I
also
just wanted to point that back on plagiarism.
I'm also an English teacher, and I give credit where credit's due.
Exactly.
And that's my big thing. I always give credit where credit's due. And even I'll say it that I read it online. I never try to sit there and say my own personal aspect of something that I never touched. I'll look at things and I'll go by what people said, but I'll never take something and call it my own. But no, it's interesting that to me it's not a surprise that VR did so poorly, that it's doing so poorly, because you really can't do a lot with VR.
Some people were saying it was the future. I think it's really toned down to the fact that you barely hear it.
There are people making games, and a lot of the indie projects that they're doing are really cool. I've seen a lot of really cool stuff. But there's nothing that makes me want to strap on a headset and play a video game.
It's true though. I mean, what is the difference between VR and playing Wii Sports?
Yeah,
it can only go for so long. It's just
or the Kinect,
a gimmick.
It is a gimmick. A lot of this stuff is gimmicky.
I mean, I felt that the real future is AR. Am I saying that right?
Altered reality.
Altered reality. I feel that that's the future. That's where we can go.
I think
where you can put on some sunglasses, whatever, some things in your face, and you can play a game.
Well, I mean, a lot of that is happening. I know a lot of it, and as far as I know, they're pretty much tied between the Android and Apple. Like Apple will have Jurassic Park, and Android will have Star Wars or something like that. Mm-hmm. You really have to look at what you want. It's like the new console war. Do I want to play The Walking Dead or, do I want to play Marvel?
Yeah, and I understand, but don't you see that could be more of a future than the whole game is relying on VR in order for it to work, as opposed to alter reality. The game doesn't have to rely on that.
Yeah,
that is for the person who's using it for his own. For his own eyes, for if he wants to see it on a big TV, or maybe he wants to see it in the air, or that thing I saw with Minecraft where it was in the table. That was
cool.
That to me was more mind blowing than actually doing VR. But I mean, whatever. There's still the skeptics saying that it's the future. I don't see it.
Well, I mean, I already told you VR porn is really cool.
Okay, but I don't really think that people can afford.
Well, no,
paying.
Well, no, I mean, I did the VR.
What's the most expensive one?
I did the VR. Yeah, hold on. I did the VR porn with my phone. I didn't have the whole headset. I just, because they have it where it, your phone will block it out and do each eye, and then because the altered stuff, because it moves, it works on the newer phones. So if you have a new Android or you have a new iPhone, you can use it. That was pretty cool. It was really interesting.
I mean, I guess it's. I mean, they made it like super important in E3. I don't know if it was this year or last year.
Last year.
Like they had their own booth and stuff. It's like, okay. And people were saying that, oh, well, porn made Blu-ray popular, porn made VHS popular, porn made DVD popular. But I don't think at this situation, porn has the power to make VR popular.
No,
it's cool. It's cool,
but it goes back to what it goes back to what you're saying about the altered. It uses that kind of functionality.
Yeah, see, you're right. I mean, I am happy. I think the PlayStation VR is the best selling VR. If I'm not mistaken,
because it was the most affordable, I think.
Yeah, nobody wanted to get the ones for Google or Samsung because they were okay, and you were getting a 480p. And then you had the ones for
Oculus.
Actually, it's not the Oculus. It's the HTC Vive. That was the most expensive one. It was like $800. Not only was it $800, but then you had to have like these things around you in order for it to know exactly what the measurements is of your room. It's too much. It's too much. And then you have the Oculus. That was maybe $400 less. Maybe not. I think it was like $200 less. And that one problem was it was too. To me, it was too tight, and I wear glasses, and my glasses would get fogged up. The point of the matter is, I don't think it's going anywhere. It's cool. We'll probably get another set, and then that's it. Investors are not going to be paying all this money all the time on this technology they're not getting money back. And the games are fucking demos.
Well, there are full-fledged games. I mean, but
yeah, probably 5%.
I will say though, the part of the PS Plus free game of the month, you're getting one VR game now, and that doesn't count towards the other two. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know. But what's the point? I don't have.
Well, it's for the 4%. That's literally what it's for.
Yeah, it's so stupid. Anyway, what else you got?
So speaking of the PlayStation Plus, I played the free game of the month, and that is Mafia 3.
Oh, I downloaded it. I always downloaded it to keep.
I always do too. So Mafia 3, I platinumed the Mafia 2, and I liked Mafia 2 a lot. It's just,
isn't it like a GTA?
Yeah. It's a GTA. Let me tell you though. Remember last week when we're talking about racism and everything like that?
That one doesn't.
Oh no, it doesn't. Huh? But right before it does, there's a disclaimer, and they said it would be a disservice if we didn't put it to the people who really did go through racism in the South. Like
it's in the 50s?
No, it's post Vietnam, so late 60s, early 70s.
Late 60s, just pretty much the same racism. Didn't change much. But the kid is what? He's half Italian and half African American?
No, he's actually Dominican.
He's half Dominican and half Italian?
But
he is related to the Mafia, though, right?
He goes after the Mafia.
Why so? Just give me
I don't know why. I'm not that far enough in. It has really good storytelling, but the gameplay is just not good.
Horrendous.
But it's really, really cool, the gameplay, because it's talking to people. They're interviewing people post, like they're interviewing people today who lived through the experience.
Okay, I get it. And that makes sense.
They use that to change scenes. So, sometimes like you're doing a game and it goes like, all right, well, we got to attack them tonight, right? So once they say, all right, we got to get them tonight, then it goes to a cutscene where somebody's talking about the character Link and Clay. And then when they're done talking, it goes into the night aesthetic for the next mission.
Okay.
So it cuts very well. It's very well edited and it's very well written. It's just the gameplay mechanics aren't that great. The shooting isn't that great. The driving isn't that great. They do have a...
It's a pity because I heard that Mafia 2 was really good.
Mafia 2 was really good. This game, from what I read on Metacritic, is getting like 6 and 7s. That's pretty much where I'd give it. I love the collectibles that they have, though. It's one of the few games where I actually like the collectibles. One of them is the Playboy magazines, and they're actually Playboys from that era.
That's actually really cool.
And you could flip through them.
No, you can't.
Yeah, you can.
Get the fuck out.
And then from there, you can find vinyl records, and this game is one of the greatest soundtracks in the history of video games. It's all this old 60s and 70s, Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, all those kind of artists are all throughout the game.
God damn, how can they afford all that?
Well, they sacrifice gameplay to put all this other cool stuff in it.
Okay, because gameplay's not that important. Fuck it, let's just put good music.
But
that Rockstar did it really good with the 80s, with Vice.
Yeah, Vice City. Vice City was one of the first ones to do that.
The soundtrack was so good for Vice. They were selling it at Best Buy. I remember seeing it at Best Buy.
Each disc was like rock or love songs,
and there was one disc for commercials.
Oh, the commercials were great.
Oh my god, you kidding me? My favorite and my brother's favorite too is, I don't remember which Grand Theft Auto it was. I'm pretty sure it was Vice, where it's an action star, and he says they captured your wife, and he says, "But I'm not married. You are now to America." It just made absolutely no sense.
My favorite thing about Grand Theft Auto, I know we always talk about it, but the franchise, is that several of their characters carry over. Like Laszlo, he was in Grand Theft Auto 3. He was a talk radio host, and he talks about how he used to be a rock host, and then in the 80s, the rock station is actually recorded by Laszlo. I don't remember who he was in San Andreas. He's a big part of Grand Theft Auto 5. Now, there was another character who was Fernando Martinez. He was on the talk show in Grand Theft Auto 3, and he was a pimp trying to sell his product. In Vice City, he was in charge of the Love Station, and he would do all the cuts for the Love Station. In Grand Theft Auto 4, he actually calls in to one of the female hosts and sabotages her radio program. And he does his own talk radio in Grand Theft Auto 5. I love those aspects of those games. That's one of the little details that every time it happens, I absolutely love it. So it's those little things that I love, but I don't see it in this Mafia 3. It's cool, but it's not. But it's free, so I'm okay with that. What else you got?
Let's see. Did you hear that PUBG just hit 100 million players? They just hit it.
That's sad.
Yet Fortnite is 142 million.
That's sad.
It is sad.
When your game is free, that's sad.
Wait a minute. What? Are you saying it's sad for Fortnite or for PUBG?
I'm saying it's sad for PUBG. Well, I think here, let me rephrase. I think it's sad for video games as a whole that there's 100 million fuckers playing this shit. That's the first thing that's sad and pathetic and angers me to the bone. Talk about a fucking gimmick. There's 100 million of you fucking pros playing this goddamn bullshit of a fucking video game.
First of all, who's making profit? Now, I understand that Fortnite is free, but Fortnite has those season pass, and for what I'm seeing, people buy that shit. So, but then PUBG is $30. And
I thought PUBG went free.
That's what 30. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out if any of them is making profit at all, because nobody's paying the $60 a Fortnite.
Do you remember when they announced that it was going to be exclusive to Xbox? No.
What was your question? You cut off.
Do you remember when they announced at E3 that it was going to be exclusive to Xbox?
For Xbox, yes.
And everybody lost their shit.
And now nobody talks about it.
Because
it almost sounds like Xbox brought bad luck to it. And then going from Fortnite, what I wanted to talk about also is the fact that now Bethesda... First of all, we know that every company lets Fortnite be playable amongst each other.
Yes.
Except good old Sony. Which I don't criticize Sony. Whatever. They want to do it like that. Who gives a shit? I mean, honestly, if the Sony players are saying that they can't play with their Xbox players, I don't understand how that's your friend. I'm just saying. Let me just rephrase that. We have friends, and they're all PS4 owners.
Yes.
I mean, right now we all have a PS4.
Every one of my
so
friends
if you
has
have
a
that
PS4.
if you have a really good friend that only has a Nintendo Switch, I mean, really, the only thing I could justify is people who want to play with their friends who own PlayStation, but they want to play while they're on mobile. That's the only thing I'll justify. You see what I'm saying? Maybe you're in a plane.
I can justify it for students.
No, I'm just saying, if you have a friend and this is an example, or me, I'm in a plane and you're playing in the PlayStation. If I have the same game on mobile, I would like to play with you, even though I have a PlayStation 2. So I see where that is where people want it to work. But if in my house I only have a fucking Nintendo Switch and you have a PlayStation 4, first of all, I can't see how we're friends.
No.
Right? When we have totally two different systems. So I don't see how PlayStation owners, which is the number one selling system out of all four consoles, except obviously they don't sell more than cell phones. But you see what I'm saying? The crowd that's playing PlayStation, I don't see how they're like, oh no, I can't play with my friend who's in a PC. I don't see Sony players crying about it. Am I explaining myself?
Yeah, no one's crying about it.
Obviously, there are people crying about it, and they're pressuring Sony.
Well,
and that's where I'm trying to figure out, because the PlayStation family is so big right now that you have more than enough people to play with. So then why? I mean, you can't play with that one friend who owns an Xbox? Who cares?
I get it. I mean, I understand both things. You're talking about how Bethesda is trying to strong arm Sony, right?
Yes. On a game that's... What is it? Is that the one for the phone?
Oh,
it is, right?
I have no idea.
Oh, no, it's the card game. It's the card game. The Elder Scrolls card game. Which at that point I could be like, go fuck yourself. Keep that fucking game.
So...
Uh-huh.
How about, like, you know how I just go off on tangents on how just much people suck? You know me. Yeah. Everybody knows me. You know how I hate people. So there's a new thing for me to hate. Because, you know, people play that dumbass Smash Brothers, and apparently it's at EVO. Did you know that they hold a fucking card tournament for these goddamn games?
No, they don't.
Yes.
Which game is it?
It's like the Heroes or whatever.
Hearthstone. That one?
No, there's a new one. Like they're talking about it. It's so ridiculously stupid.
But it's an Evo?
It's like an Evo-esque thing, but it's the card game. that's free to play. Like that's the kind
Well,
of
when you're saying
nonsense-
card game, like you're talking about the video game that's a card game, like Hearthstone, Blizzard's Hearthstone, right?
Yeah.
Okay, well, yeah, I think it's ridiculous too, but I mean, that has a big following. Hell, fucking Hearthstone has their own competitions.
I don't get it, man. Like I don't think I'll ever get it. Like at least with Magic the Gathering,
That's what I was about to say.
well, Magic the Gathering, you had to buy the packs of cards. And in
Yeah.
buying Magic the Gathering, the packs of cards, like you were limited to what you had in your deck. This is an
Yeah.
online thing. And you're not limited to a budget. Because isn't it free to play?
Because it wasn't random.
Yeah.
I mean, if the card games were like actual loot crates, like the card, like actual packages, then that'd be different. But I understand what you're saying. Pokemon was the same thing, and Pokemon is still big for competitions and stuff like that. And
But you had to buy
there's
the
another
cards.
one.
You had to
buy the cards, and they were rare, Yu-Gi-Oh and all that stuff. And you could come out with, you would get a special card. It got to the point where you could sell that card for like $5,000 because it was like the shit, you know.
Yeah.
But I don't understand why they're making games like that. I feel like I never got into Hearthstone. I really did try to play Hearthstones to see if it was, you know, it's not that I wanted to see what it was like because it looks like it was a fun game to play with your friends, you know. But I took it as a not a video game, but an actual card game. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Like if you and I were playing chess online.
Wow.
Not to the point where I don't get it either, Frank.
But
I know what you're saying. I sent you a link on Evo 2018. Did you see that fight of Injustice?
Yeah.
Yo, America took it this year.
Dude.
They won almost everything. USA, bro. They killed it. I think Mortal Kombat was USA. Injustice was USA. Dragon Ball Z was USA. And the one that everybody was shocked about was Street Fighter. Also USA. That's it. Japan's done. We've overcome them. even making games, we do it better than them. Isn't that sad? Remember when they were the top of everything?
I mean, things change. That's what a good story is, though. That's what a great story is.
Yeah, I agree 100%. But goddamn, I remember thinking it's gotten to the point where we get shit first now before them, right?
Yeah.
Like even systems. Didn't we get the PlayStation before them?
I don't know.
I think so. I think we got the PlayStation 4 before them, which is mind blowing. Like I can't even fathom. If I told that to me when I was 15, my head would explode. Oh no, America's going to be getting the systems before Japan now. But I mean, we have the market. Don't we have more people in the United States? So, and it's a lot of gamers out there now.
Yeah.
As opposed back then. But Japan hasn't lost the interest for video games.
But
I just feel that they're not coming up with ideas.
They're more mobile, though. That's their biggest thing.
Oh, so they're moving on.
Yeah.
They're done. They've gone to the next level. They're superior beings.
They've become sentient.
Let me tell you something. It's only a matter of time before South Korea comes up with a game system that's going to be amazing. Because South Korea is coming up with some amazing technology. So when they come up with a game system, it'll be something we've never seen.
Right. It set your house on fire.
Maybe. I don't know. LG doesn't have that problem, Frank. You're just saying Samsung. But LG has been a great... Hello, isn't your TV LG? What is your TV?
Yeah, I have an LG and I have a Samsung. I'm just fucking.
I got you. No, I get it. So yeah, whatever. Going back to Fortnite and PUBG, I don't understand. And going back to Sony and the card game, whatever. Sony doesn't want to do it, but this is the first step for future companies to do this to Sony. So Sony's gonna have to budge. They're gonna have to because, and Bethesda said it perfectly. We don't want to be dealing with a different version of the game. They don't want to deal with that. They want to just call it the game and not say, oh, the PlayStation game, the Xbox game, the PC game. They want to be able to update it all from one system, you know? And if Sony doesn't see that and they think they're awesome, they might be the next Macintosh when people don't get, they don't know games for Macintosh.
No,
You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
And that's my prediction. They're gonna have to budge and get your shit together. I understand. I mean, if Sony had said something like, "Oh, we're afraid for our security" or something like that, then I understand. But fuck, man, even Nintendo is okay with it, and Nintendo's the strictest of all.
Yeah.
To the point where Nintendo doesn't even want to add communication over games because they don't want people trolling or they don't want people being toxic to kids. So they said, no, nobody talks.
Right.
So if they're that strict and they're willing to say, yeah, why not let somebody play from Nintendo and play with Xbox, whatever, then shit. Sony, just do it. Who cares? I don't know. They're going to have to, they're holding down the fort for now, but I don't think they can do it forever.
No one can do it forever, though. That's the thing.
No. It sucks. What else you got? Did you play anything else?
No, I haven't played anything else, really. It's been back to school, so I haven't touched anything. Playing Mafia, and I'm basically done playing Mafia.
Hey, at least it was free.
No, it was free. And it's kind of... So I have Dead Cells in my shopping cart. And I want to get it.
I think you'll be...
I
think you'll like it because... Do you like Glutton for Punishment? Like, are you...
I love Bloodborne, and I like the Dead Souls game, and I love Neo. Like, I love those kind of things. I'm just worried that it's going to...
I feel like you can pass that game. I think out of all the people that I know, you could probably pass it. But, I mean, remember... It's a one-shot thing.
I know
Think
that,
of
but
Dead Space 2.
But the thing about it, it's like it's $25, and I see how quickly these indie games go on sale.
No, then you're right. I would wait.
So
because
that's what I'm afraid to pull the trigger on. And the other thing is, if it's, I think I have the Rogue. Did we talk about this? Where I have the Rogue Knight that I played for a little bit. No, I was talking to somebody else.
Tell me about Rogue Knight, because I heard Rogue Knight is...
I think it's Rogue Knight.
It's been they've been comparing Rogue Knight to Dead Switch.
Okay.
I mean Dead Switch.
Dead Cells.
Dead Cells, sorry.
It's okay. No, Rogue Knight, what it is, it's like you're this guy who goes into this castle to try to defeat this demon. And so if you die... your son then avenges you, and then if your son dies, his son, and it's just this ongoing thing.
Oh, I like that.
Every time you come back,
you're a relative,
but you have different perks. So sometimes you may be fat, sometimes you may be tall, sometimes you may be short, sometimes you may be colorblind.
That's awesome.
It is.
What's it called?
I think it's called Rogue Knight. I could be wrong in the name of the game, but I think it's called Rogue Knight. And I played it and I liked it, but then I just stopped playing it.
Rogue Knight. Let me see. I'm looking at it to see what kind of game is that. It's... Oh, okay. So it's not a side scroller though.
It is a side scroll. I don't know if it's Rogue Knight. It might not be called Rogue Knight. I know it was a game I got free on PSN.
Oh,
and that's what I'm worried about. Like I love.
No, wait, I would wait.
So like I loved Limbo, right? But if I would have paid $25 for Limbo, I think I'd be a little upset.
No, I get you. How much did you pay for Inside?
No, Inside. I paid $7 for Inside.
That's not bad.
No,
$7?
No, $7. But if I would have paid like $25, $30 for Inside, I'd been upset.
No, I get you. It was a short game. What, 4 hours long?
I beat it the day I got it. Like I beat it the day I got it.
I mean, there's like secret things.
There are secret things, and I get that, but
And I don't think it changes the story, though.
yeah, no.
So let's talk about Doom. We didn't talk about Doom last week, did we?
Did we not talk about Doom? I thought we did.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so. I don't think we talked about it.
How did we not
We talked about Red Dead, but we didn't mention Doom at all.
How did we not talk about Doom? How did we not? Oh my God! Wait a second.
We didn't. I'm serious. You would have definitely put it in the description.
On a scale of 1 to 10, my excitement level for this game, holy shit. I am so excited for this new Doom
You
game.
didn't know.
I tweeted, I was in Orlando.
Yeah, you went to.
That's why we didn't talk about it, because we recorded. How did we not? Because it happened.
Did it come out? It came after we put it out.
I went to Orlando last weekend. Yeah, no.
Yes.
So we put the
It
demo.
came out on Friday.
Right. And I was going to say, like, how do we not? Holy shit. How the fuck did we forget to talk about Doom?
We almost forgot to talk about it in this one.
Oh, my.
By then, it was old news.
That Doom. That trailer. It is.
Yo, it's like way bigger now.
It's bigger. The guns are more advanced. They have secondary fire. I love games where guns have secondary fire. Perfect Dark, the one on the N64, was one of my favorite games because of all the secondary fire. I remember there was a machine gun that would turn into a proximity mine. So I'd shoot all the guys and then just lay out the mine and pull out a different gun. Oh my God.
What was it? Perfect Dark?
Perfect Dark.
Was it Nintendo 64?
N64. Well, and then they redid it for the 360 and it was balls.
And another one was Prey. I think Prey had the same type of style. But yeah, man, it's huge.
And
That's what she said.
Melee,
But
those melee kills.
yeah, man. Did you? He made sure. I saw sometimes where the guy who was playing, he would what's the word when they go like they're dizzy? That's a term for it in video games. I don't know, what do you call it? Well, whatever. He would. No, the zombie, he would make it get dizzy.
Oh, when he's stunned?
And that's a chance where you.
Yeah.
Okay, when you stun it, he would specifically move around so you would see the types of melee it does. Because if you do the melee pointing at his legs, then he'll do something different. If you do a melee while you're jumping, he'll do something different. If you do a melee from behind. And I think I saw 3 different melees from the front with the zombie ones. The one that I thought was amazing was where he takes the gun and he punches a guy on the top of the head, knocks his head into his shoulders. Did you see that one?
Dude, there was so
I
much
was like,
to see.
what the? Like, he pretty much just jammed him down into, like, he got rid of the neck all the way down to the shoulders. I was like, oh my God, Jesus Christ. Who comes up? I mean, you know who they should hire? Whoever comes up with the fatalities, they should have they should be able to give their input on kills in that game, because it's just amazing. And the finishing for the big blobs and it's crazy. And then they show you what it's like when it's really crazy, right? Because then they show you like a second run where everything's like batshit crazy. You're being shot from behind you. There's so much. There's bad guys everywhere. I mean, I know Doom was like that, but this is like Doom on acid.
Like it's
like on
insane.
Cocaine.
Yeah, no, it is.
Did you see the second part of the movie where they show him on Mars? I think it was still, and he's walking by and everybody's scared of him.
I love it.
Did you see where he grabbed the guy's key card from his neck and dragged him down to the?
And then the guy's like,
"Hey, you can't go through here."
And he just grabs his gun and takes it. You know what else I love? I love how he has like the Predator arm, and he has a Predator laser cannon. Like,
yeah. He comes out from the back of the shoulder, right?
Oh my God!
Yo, I thought you were gonna say that you're.
That is a.
You know.
That's a day one for me. Like,
I thought you were gonna say about how you love that the character's silent because that's like your favorite thing when the character
that
is
is
silent.
another thing that I love.
He doesn't say a word, bro. Just his actions say everything. People are, I mean, God.
And I remember I called it at E3. I was like, we're getting a new Doom. We're getting a new Doom. And we got a teaser.
And then, but I didn't think, well, they show you a teaser, then you wait a year.
I know, that's
before you see something. When is it coming out? Did they say?
I think 2019. 2019 is going to be an awesome year. Awesome.
It's going to be too much to handle. I can't wait.
Resident Evil 2 starts off the year.
Yeah. Did you see that? Let's talk about the $900 box set. Have you seen it?
That comes with like a typewriter?
It comes with the typewriter, which is a real typewriter. Or a keyboard that looks like a typewriter.
Yeah.
$900? Oh, and it comes with 3 ink ribbons? I mean, and it's not sold here. It's sold in Japan.
Yeah.
So you can believe that the $900 is going to go up when you ask for shipping too.
Yeah.
But man, if that's not, Frank, if I was making money, like if I was making, I'm thinking $100,000 a year is like, yeah, that's what I'm buying. I'll fucking fly to Japan to get it. Fuck yeah, bro. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan. I would make my bathroom into a safe room with a keyboard and a fucking chest, and I have that music playing and the fucking every time you know how they sell those the vents, you know how the vents the bathroom vents when you turn the light on it goes well, they sell bathroom vents that has music.
Oh, that's pretty. Yeah, that'd be.
Oh my god, you turn the light on and you hear the safe room music. Yep, something for me for when I'm rich someday.
Evil Metal Gamers, baby, making that money.
And then now that we're talking about taking an idea and turning a room into what it looks like, did you hear the news today? Did they shut down the Rick and Morty bar?
Already?
It was open one day, and Turner Time and Cartoon Network, the people who represent Rick and Morty, called the owners and threatened to fine them.
That's some
one
bullshit.
Day. That's bullshit. They had to shut it down. They had to let go of people. People lost their jobs. One day, Frank.
Why did they lose their jobs?
Because they had to shut down the bar because the bar can't be open while it's there, and it's a lot of shit. You would technically have to tear down the whole bar again. It's not like when we used to work at Blockbuster and we put up posters and props up. This thing was like, I mean, you should see the pictures. They put a lot of stuff up to turn the place into the Rick and Morty bar. And now they have to tear that whole place down. They have to come up with new drinks too and all that shit. Oh man, I feel so bad for them. But for what they say, they talked to them. They made a deal. They said it was fine as long as they don't they don't do certain, they give them like certain terms and they'll look away. And then they opened up one day. It hit the news. You know, the news came up, or like the actual news about the bar. And the next day they called them and told they took everything off the table. They changed their minds after they told them it was okay. Because obviously, if they call Turner and Turner says, no, you can't do it, why would they waste their time in trying to make the whole bar like that? So I do believe them that Turner said it was fine.
So, I mean, it not
sucks.
It's not worth losing your job over.
No,
like,
it's not.
Like, why would you make up something like that?
Exactly. Why would you make that up? They said it was fine, and then they took everything off the table after putting so much money into turning the bar into that. And everybody knows there's copyrights. You don't go out of your way in doing something like that with your business without knowing that there's consequences. For fuck's sake, they got the Super Mario bar up, and they had no problem with probably the strictest company about their franchise than Nintendo. You can't beat Nintendo.
Yeah, no.
Nintendo will come to your house and shit in your face if you wear Super Mario underwear without their permission.
Yeah.
They are very protective about their copyright. And they let this a bar which is bar equals mature, and Nintendo doesn't. and they had no problem with that. But Rick and Morty, which is like about Rick and Morty is about one rating away from NC-17. Seriously, the only thing that can make Rick and Morty NC-17 would be nudity. Other than that, it's probably the most hardcore cartoon you would ever see on TV. And they fucking... Well, I think it's more hardcore than Archer. Archer has some type of nudity and it shows sex and stuff like that. But when it comes to the topics that Rick and Morty talk about, you can't beat Rick and Morty. I mean, you cannot let kids see that show. It is dark. Like I would tell the writers to seek help. Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to watch the show.
I've been meaning to, man. I always forget.
No, I get you. Just sit down and watch it with your son.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, I was watching Forged in Fire with my son, and everyone gave me shit because they were doing the kill test. Do you know what Forged in Fire is?
No.
So it's basically like all these country boys building knives out of like scrap metal and stuff. Okay. And it's incredible what these guys do in a couple hours. It's like a reality challenge show, and I'm addicted to it. It's one of the dumbest things ever. Anyways, I was watching it, and they do this thing called the kill test, right? So it's like a prosthetic dummy that they like cut up. And I'm showing it to my kid. My kid's a couple months old. He's not. Yeah. He can't register anything. He just likes it because these guys are banging hot metal with a hammer, and then sparks are flying everywhere, and he loves it. He was getting all into it.
But he still can't process it. He's just seeing wobbly pictures and stuff.
Exactly. So people were all like, "Oh, I can't believe you're showing that to your kid." I'm like,
"Oh, for fuck's sake! You kidding me?"
Yeah. So
you walk around naked in front of your kid, and people don't say, "I can't believe you walk around naked on your kid." He's 2. 1, they can't process anything. Oh my god, people will look for anything.
I know.
So you see that they put Diablo on Switch.
Yeah, they're putting the Diablo on Switch.
I can't believe they got Diablo in there.
I can't.
I don't think so.
Diablo 3 was on PlayStation 3. No, it wasn't.
You know what? Yeah, I have to agree with you.
Wait.
You're right.
Was it on the 3?
It was on the 3? It was. It came out on the 3, and then it came out on the 4.
That's right. They redid it on the
version.
4. Yeah. And
it came with the 4 came with the DLC or the expansion. The PlayStation 4 version. The PlayStation 3, you had to buy the expansion separately. But you're right, because the Switch is equivalent to an Xbox 360 or a PlayStation 3 when it comes to graphic wise. Still, this is one thing I was hoping. I don't remember too well if the console version of Diablo you can play more than 2 people. Do you know?
What's
you there?
That?
Oh, if you could play more than 2 people, co-play. Like I can't remember.
The co-play.
I knew you could play 2 because I played with Kimberly.
Right, the co-play you could do 2, but I think you can have up to 8. I don't know. I never.
Online was 4. Because I think I played with. Shit, I can't remember who I played. It was somebody from Blockbuster, but I did play online. They could have more people, but either way, I think it's cool to take that with you, and then you could actually play in an airport, and then just take out the controllers, and you could have 2 people playing Diablo. It's the only portable version of Diablo, so I think that's amazing.
Yeah,
I'm really contemplating of buying it. I'm like, God, I got to see the price first. I won't pay $60 for it. I won't pay $60.
It'll be 60, but it'll go down eventually.
I can't justify paying $60 for a game that came out 8 years or 5 years ago, 6 years ago. I think it came out. I can't. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
maybe, but let's see. One last thing I wanted to talk about. I just saw the trailer for Battlefield 5.
Yeah, so did I.
They said there was something that explains about Battle Royale.
Yeah.
What? Where was it? At the very end, the fire that's closing in?
Yup.
That's so stupid, man. Because what does that... Did they? First of all, in Battle Royale the movie, did they do that? Did they have a force field that closed in?
No,
I don't remember.
There were just bad spots that you had to go to. Oh,
that
no.
was it, right?
But there was
the Japanese movie.
There was a bomb that would go off around the neck. If not everybody died, there'd be a bomb at the end.
Oh, okay. You know what? I would add that to a Battle Royale. But then it'd be too much like the movie. Like their head just blows off.
Yeah, that's what it was in the movie. I watched it recently. Great movie. Great movie.
But fuck, man. Why Battlefield 5 too, man? And Battlefield has never done wrong. This is probably the only franchise that EA hasn't fucked up yet. And now they added Battle Royale. Just like Call of Duty. Call of Duty's been getting a lot of shit. They said the graphics are not good at all.
I've not seen it. But, dude, it's going to sell. It's
of course it's going to sell. It's the number one multiplayer game every year.
Because people are stupid, man. I try to tell you this.
So you get rid of the story, and then you still got shitty graphics? Because I'm telling you, if you're going to get rid of the story mode, then the online has to be fucking amazing.
And the other thing is they're recycling all their old levels.
So, I mean, if you're going to recycle them, make them really good, because that's the number one complaint I've heard from a couple of people, is that the game looks okay.
The people who are beta testing it?
Yeah, the people who are beta testing it. Okay. It shouldn't be okay. It should be, this is the most amazing one. Thank God they gave away the story mode, because now they were able to really work hard on multiplayer. But when people are saying, it's Call of Duty. It's Call of Duty? It's a damn shame. And IGN is going to fucking, after their plagiarism, they're going to give it a 9 or 10. They always give it a 9 out of 10. I'm so sick of them.
Yeah, well, I mean...
No offense to you, Activision. I have total respect for you, but...
You have respect for Activision? What?
I mean, for the Call of Duty, I'm sorry. I have respect. They sell, but I wish that they... I wish they did what the Battlefield does. Battlefield really does something different every time it comes out. And Call of Duty has been giving me the same shit, except different moves. One year I'm a soldier that can walk on the ground. One year I'm in the future that I can run through the walls. But other than that, it's the same thing.
Well, the future one was done because they're trying to compare with Titanfall.
And let me tell you, the only thing that I liked about Call of Duty, the reason that I bought Call of Duty, you took away, which was the story. I'm telling you, Frank, I bought Black Ops 3 cheap. I didn't buy it on day one, but it was because I played the story. I never played the online. I always enjoyed those stories.
I got Black Ops 3 for free. They were giving it away.
Yeah, I know. But I already had the game. I truly enjoyed it. I truly, like, Infinity Wars. I want to buy it because it's the last Call of Duty with a story. After that, I'll never get a Call of Duty again. I won't. No, actually, World War is the last Call of Duty with a story. And I'll probably get that one too when it's cheaper. And I know they're going to go really cheap on Black Friday.
Oh, they always go super cheap on
Or
Black
when
Friday.
the new Call of Duty comes out. So,
They
we'll
always
see.
go really cheap on Black Friday.
Yeah. You're right. Soon there won't be more GameStops. GameStop is almost done.
Ugh, that sucks.
It sucks, but I mean, what are you gonna do?
No, it is. You're right. It
It's
sucks.
the digital. Not even. I don't even want to say the digital thing is killing them. Only now you just go to Walmart or Target and
No,
get
you're
the
right.
game.
You're right. I do like my used games, though. I do buy used games from them.
I'm telling you, I guarantee you, the game companies are crazy for GameStop to close down. They're like rooting for it. I can give you money. They're gonna have a huge party when GameStop closes down.
Yeah.
All over the world, Bethesda, Nintendo, fucking Activision. Everybody's gonna have one huge party. They want that company. They've hated GameStop for the longest time.
Yeah, but I mean,
It's benefit to us, Frank, but not to the creator.
that is what it is.
It is what it is, of course.
Regardless, there'll always be secondhand markets. I mean, the little mom and pop shops, like
CD,
the CD
trader.
Right, yeah. No, they'll always be there.
They'll, of course, because they're protected by
and plus,
the community.
Dude, with things like OfferUp and eBay, you can get your shit. It's
yeah. No, and cheaper.
Yeah. So
before I buy a game at GameStop, I'll look on eBay first. Sometimes you can get those games like at least $15 cheaper.
Yeah, and then with the sales online on digital games, at this stage I predominantly just Black Friday, day one, or whatever's cheap online.
It'll be good, Frank. It'll be good for us when everything goes. I understand. Let's not get into the debate about owning your copy, but it'll be good for the gamers when the prices go down cheaper and faster once it goes digital, because they don't have to spend money on shipping. They don't have to spend money on production.
Yeah, but I hate constantly having to download a game to play it again.
It sucks, but technology is going to get better. The next PlayStation 5 probably will be 2 terabytes, and it'll probably have a way faster processor or whatever. Or
what pisses me off, you remember how I got my 8 tera on Black Friday?
Yeah, don't tell me it doesn't work for the PlayStation.
PlayStation will only recognize up to 4.
Up to 4 what?
4 terabytes.
What?
Yeah.
Why?
Your guess is as good as mine.
So does it work really well? Like if you put a game on that portable thing,
it's
what do you have to do to it?
It's slower, but it works. It's just like longer load times. That's all. Because it's not on the primary source; it's on a secondary source, so it's just slightly longer load times. It's not that bad. Still, it's pain in my ass. I just rather put in a disc and play.
No, I understand. I can't disagree with that, but this is where we're headed.
I know. Well, no, apparently, if it's up to Microsoft, we're headed to straight streaming.
That to me will be bad. There's very negatives over positives on that.
There's no positives.
And I thought about the most negative. I already told you the one positive thing that I thought it was great, but the negative thing would be the fact that the day that we lose internet, the day that something happens, is no gaming at all. You can't play any of your games. You are fucked. Play none of you.
How about when a new game comes out and the shit crashes because it can't?
Because everybody's streaming it. You're right. I didn't think about that.
And everyone's streaming it, and guess what? Like, I hate Call of Duty, so I'm not going to be streaming it, but the entire thing has crashed.
The other thing I was thinking about is people stream their games to play on Twitch. So now you're going to do a double stream? You're streaming it onto your computer and then stream it out to the world? That could only equal out to chaos. Burning your computer. So that might be the end of Twitch right there.
There you go. All right, I feel like we're rambling at this stage. You got anything else?
No, that's it.
All right,
guys. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for the support. I hope you guys like the new logo for the podcast itself. If you want to get to us, we are at Twitter at Evil Metal Gamers Podcast. You can email us at evilmetalgamers@gmail.com. Please give us comments, reviews, or whatever you want to talk about. Let me know. We are officially in
iTunes.
Because I think we said that. Well, yeah, iTunes. What did I say?
Oh no, you're talking about. Okay, no, you're saying about Spotify. Ha! Stole your
Spotify.
thunder.
Yeah, we're in Spotify now. We are in iTunes and Google Play and Stitcher, and our website. It's not a fancy website, but it has all our every single episode that we've done, and then you can actually go from the website. You can go to Apple or Google and download or review or fucking subscribe. Sorry for the curse. We love you. We thank you so much for everything, and take care.
Love, peace, and porno.